Devil, you tried to take my joy yesterday. And you did your big one. But it's not happening today. You gotta get yourself together. You have 2 hours before class starts. And here's the thing. You don't even have on waterproof mascara today. You picked up the wrong bag. So like, just pull it together. Because you've been waiting on this for a long time. You've been waiting on this for a long time. And we're gonna give these people what they asked for. The presenter in me just can't have him coming in with his syllabus on the board and like, no, ambiance, no, we gotta sit a vibe. So I'm about to get on camera real quick and create a welcome page and get a little tune going. And then I'm gonna find me some coffee. Hi. I just made my new buddies in the cafe. One is the cashier and the other is the chef at the little quesadilla, what you call them, station. That's it for the first day. Bye. Alright, let's go into class. Isn't that so cool? Okay, here we go. Lights on. This monitor is on, but this one is not. So how do I? What David should be saying? Hey guys. Hey guys. Picture. Oh no, that's today. I don't need it. I need this right here. Technical difficulty. Who knows all of this stuff? Where's the monitor button at, honey? Hey! Hi. If you're going out and you're doing crisis management, just say we have a hurricane and you are on crisis duty to go out and see to the community. You ain't got no office child. You got to get it where you fit in, but privacy is still mandated. Like, how do we find some space off to the side, whether we sit on a bleacher or we sit somewhere in the park, where we can have a sense of privacy, but also being very well aware you are in the public eye, right? So the environment looks differently, but in all things, your professional setting is a derivative of who you are. So you have a responsibility to set the atmosphere and the environment, no matter where you are, is the professional setting. Did that make sense? All right, again, all things is depending on the client. So if I am sitting face to face with a client, this is more so of like, I need your direct attention. I need you to stay focused. Okay. So for example, working with clients that may suffer with substance use, this might be a good approach. Here's why. It's because you're going to be doing what we'll learn later. It's called motivational interviewing, where I need your focus to stay here because you can easily get distracted. Everybody back from break? Not quite. In that first contact where we are either seeing them in person or telehealth, the first contact, the moment that the client lays eyes on you is when the session starts. It is not when you sit down and, grab your coffee and say like, hello, how you doing today? It is the moment that they see you. Before I even explain why, somebody give me feedback on that.
They're assessing you. Mm-hmm. Everything that they're sizing you up.
Absolutely. You sizing them and they sizing you. Yes.
Yeah, first impression is everything.
First impression is everything. So the moment that they lay eyes on you, they are already clocking, can I trust them? Mm-hmm. What's their appearance? Mm-hmm. Do they look safe? Do they look like they even want to be here today? Like, do they look like they like their job for real? Do they look frazzled? Right? They are already in their mind creating the dynamic of how they're going to show up to you as a client. You build trust the moment they see you. All right, so that looks differently, right? Like in person, that looks like, just say you're working in an agency and you have to go out into the waiting room, right, to get them. Remember, we talked about privacy is key. So if it's your first time seeing them, you cannot go out in that waiting room and say, Sherry, you just broke confidentiality, babe. Out of order. All right, so we talk about nice, gentle gestures of how I go over, introduce myself. Hey, I'm Denisha. Would you like to come on back with me? Come on. All right. Through the storm and rain. What was the thought in client 1? The therapist's response to that pointed out what?
That they feel that.
Okay, so her response was a psychoeducational response. What she did was, I'm validating that I'm hearing you, but I'm also letting you understand that what you said your thought was, the thought was what? I feel like my throat's closing and I get red face. It is leading to your feeling of anxiousness, which is ultimately leading to your behavior of like stopping and freezing and not doing what you need to do, right? So I'm doing a lot here. Like I'm letting you know, I'm paraphrasing ultimately what you're saying, but I'm also in the same breath using my approach that I'm going back to you noticing that your thoughts is what's leading to these emotional responses and these behaviors. Does that make sense? Any questions about that one? All right, it is 6 o'clock on the dot. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to February. You know, Black History Month, Love Month. You know, if somebody love you the way they're supposed to love you, you better love yourself times 10 this month, okay? And my birthday month. And the month of your first exam. How are you guys feeling? Oh, child. Sit up in your seats, please. Let's take a deep breath. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Shake it out. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more big one. Deep, deep. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. I gave them a week to take the exam and next week off because that's the date the exam is due. And it just so happens to be the week of my birthday and Valentine's Day. I love me as a professor. I needed me as a professor. The stairs. We're still walking down the stairs. The elevator is not fixed yet. Help us, Lord. A student in class tonight said, I really love my field. I almost cried. Because I am really out here contributing to someone falling in love with what they're going to be doing. Not only just for themselves, but for other people. Like, the field of counseling is for other people. It's just, that was so rewarding. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Pray for the tools along with the gifts that you're asking for. I prayed on bended knee, head bowed, tears in my eyes, just crying, asking God to move me to Tampa. However you see fit, Lord, move me to Tampa. What I did not ask for was the tools. Here I am in Dale Mary traffic trying to practice my coping skills. Hey, that mom guilty hitting. I'm all the way on the other side of town and the daycare had to close early, so I wasn't able to like drop life and get to my child. But shout out to my support system. But you know, still, that mom guilt, oh, it don't feel good, but all is well, Denisha. That's what the Lord gave you a support system for. Because you ain't every woman and it ain't all about you. Yeah. What you think?